Before we get into the video, I just think we should take a moment for us to all appreciate the sheer artwork that myself, Brave Plays and NFFC Woods created off camera after the Sheffield Wednesday game the other day. Okay, thank you very much for that, Alexa. Yuri Ribeiro, you're God, mate. Original content on the Rads channel. You don't find it anywhere else, because who else does a Q&A? I think most channels out there have probably done a Q&A at some point, so you're kind of not defending your point there, David, really, are you? Welcome everyone to another video on the Rads channel. We're on the brink of 1.3 thousand subscribers, which I still don't really know how that's actually happened. So, you know, if you could get us there before Christmas, that would be really quite insane. I still can't really believe I've actually got even 1,000. So, you know, thanks. Being as most of these questions are from my Twitter and YouTube and Instagram, I'd appreciate it if you go and follow all of those. Obviously, like I just said, my YouTube, but my Twitter's where I'm most active away from YouTube. So if you want updates about my channel or just me trying to be funny and failing quite seriously, please go and follow my Twitter and my Instagram. I'd appreciate it. When you reach 10,000 subscribers, what will you do? I'll celebrate, you know, because I've reached 10,000 subscribers. We've got to celebrate that moment. Wait, I've not actually hit it yet, have I? We're only about 9,000 away. So, yeah, a little bit premature there. Favourite moment as a Forest fan? It's probably got to be beating Arsenal a few years ago. Literally behind me, if you can see. It's not very good quality, but yeah, that's got to be up there. Eric Lehigh became God in that game. And Arsene Wenger got found out by not putting any insurance on the bench. Worst moment as a Forest fan, I mean, where do I start with that? There's quite a few to pick from. Even though it ended up working out all good for us, I think staying up by 2 goals was one of the moments I never want to relive ever again. And it's looking quite likely this season. Like, maybe not by 2 goals, but a relegation scrap is happening right now, in fact. But it wasn't a very nice experience, even though we did win 3-0 and we suddenly played like a good team that day. And I heard as well, I don't know how true this is, but we lost 4-1 to Stoke at home last season. I don't know whether it's true or not, but yeah, thankfully we'd already sealed the playoffs, so, you know, it didn't matter. If you could only play one type of Xbox or PlayStation, PC, Nintendo, what would you pick? Well, I play FIFA on PC, that's all I ever play on PC, I don't have anything else. But overall, probably Xbox, just because that's what I've been playing most of my life. Now, quite a few people have asked me a question like this. What do you make of Forest season so far? Really quite embarrassing and depressing and disgraceful and depressing and frustrating and depressing and depressing. Who's your favourite Forest player? It's got to be one of Lolly or Wall, probably. Lolly's turned literally into an ice lolly this season. That was really quite impressively bad. Now, I asked the questions, but the meme lord has left literally an essay. Like, credit to you, mate, honestly. What is your least favourite team in the Championship apart from Derby? Millwall. Who likes Millwall? You know, especially after what happened the other day. They're racists. So, yeah, Millwall. Definitely Millwall. Favourite team in the league that isn't Forest? I've always liked Bournemouth. I don't really know why. I think Bournemouth and Norwich, to be honest, are kind of up there. They're just the kind of team that you don't really mind. I don't really know why, to be honest. Who's the worst player in the squad? I think it's got to be Gaitang. Oh, wait, you can't say Bong because he's the best ever. Jack Colback is pretty terrible, but you know, captain, leader, legend. Who would you buy at Forest? I'm not going to say the exact names of players because I don't really know who we would. I don't think we need a mass overhaul again because we've already made an insane amount of changes. Maybe like 1 or 2 players, but I think probably a right back and a midfielder. Attacking midfielder, actually. Attacking midfielder and a right back. I don't want us to go mental. If we do, then that just says everything about the state of this club. Do you think we'll return to the Premier League within the next 5 years? The way it's going, it's looking very unlikely. I would have said yes back in February when we were actually a good team. And basically the whole of last season until the end of it, I would have definitely said yes because it was looking really, really encouraging. Who's the best player in the squad? To be fair, there are probably only 5 or 6 good players at the moment. And that's painfully true. Like I said earlier, probably Wall and Lolly. Knockout isn't even our player, but he actually is trying at least. I've always liked Lyle Taylor. I think he's a really good signing. Very good person. Speaks very well. Graben and Samba on their day are quality. Only both of them have gone off a cliff this season. Favourite place in Nottingham? I mean, it's a bit boring, but probably just the Forest ground, to be honest. City ground. But there's nowhere really, is there? It's no offence, but Nottingham's not really the most glamorous place in the world. And speaking of that, have you been to Hucknall? Yes, I have, and it isn't very nice. Do you think pineapple goes on pizza? No, it doesn't. Do you like licorice all sorts? I don't really have it very often, but I mean, yeah, it's decent. Do you think 2021 will be a good year? Well, it can't really be any worse than this year. I really hope I haven't jinxed that, but yeah, hopefully. I really hope it is. Do you like Donald Trump? Who likes Donald Trump? I don't think many people do, so no, I don't. Have you watched The In-Betweeners? Not enough. I've seen many clips of it on YouTube and stuff, but no, not properly, and I really should do.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Sorry.
Barcelona or Real Madrid? Gotta be Barcelona. I've literally got a Barcelona shirt there, Messi behind me. I have a Barcelona mug over there. Hang on a sec. Barcelona. You just love it, don't you? I mean, they're a complete mess right now. I'm not half Spanish, trust me. I'm not half Spanish. I just like Barcelona for some reason. Do you think Forest will get relegated as it stands? It's looking a very, very strong possibility. I'm recording this before the Sheffield Wednesday results, hence why Al is still rocking his Sheffield Wednesday shirt. But that would, I think my opinion will change quite seriously regardless of that result. Name your dream Forest 11 of past and present players. Right, well, I actually found this quite tough. In goal, I'll go for Cardalo. He's a Premier League goalkeeper, for God's sake. And, you know, quality goalkeeper. I would definitely take him back. Left back, I'll go for Yuri Ribeiro. He's not been great this season, but who has in the Forest team? But on his day, last season, he was quality. You know, I think he was really overlooked. The absolute disrespect on our Portuguese Magnifico. Right, no, I'm sorry. We can't have this. We can't have another global meme on this channel. And Ribeiro's actually good, for God's sake. Next to him, I'll go for Jamal Lascelles. Need I say any more than that? He's a Premier League captain now and a staple of that Newcastle team. Partnering him will have Joe Wall. I think he has to stay in the team, really, doesn't he? Right back. Who would I put at right back? Past and present players. Who would I put at right back? Saidi Yanko. Saidi Yanko. Yep. Baller. Matty Cash. I think that's pretty obvious. In midfield, Chris Cohen, number 8 and captain. I think one of the few players that we can call a legend of recent times anyway. Next to him, we'll have Adlen Guediura. I wasn't really sure who to pick here. I was thinking Henry Lansbury because the Henry Lansbury at Forest was quality, not the Villa Henry Lansbury, you know, rotting away on the bench. In attacking midfield, we will have Lewis McGugan. This was like the first season I truly, properly can remember, because it was only really like 2012 where I can really say I remember that game, you know. Lewis McGugan was probably our best player at the time, and yeah, the funny thing is, he left about a few months later. In attack, we'll have Michel Antonio. He just has to be. He has to be in this team. If we could have Michel Antonio back in our team, just yes, please. Okay, yes. On the other wing, it has to be Joe Lolly, quite simply. He's been terrible this season. I think all of us know that. But on his day, we know how good Joe Lolly is. And up front, I was really struggling for this. I was between Graben, Assombalonga, Brereton, players like this. But in the end, I went for recency bias and I picked Graben. You might think I'm wrong with that. Let me know in the comments below your own version. I was thinking of Assombalonga, but I don't know why. I picked Graben. I did. Get hit by a train, then eaten by a T-Rex, or become a season ticket holder at Derby. Well, one of them I won't even be alive for if it happened. The other one I'd rather not be alive for. So, yeah. I think what I'll do is when you were younger, what did you want to do when you grew up? Honestly, this is something that I've never really known what to say when people ask me, even back when I was in primary school. And I still don't really know now. Probably something to do with football or, you know, media. We've had this question before, kind of, but it is a slightly different version of it. What can be done to change this that PG-friendly channel, of course. For starters, Vestros can get out our club because he is ruining it behind the scenes and it's affecting the dressing room. This is just a case of time, but fans need to return to grounds as soon as is humanly possible. We need to get behind them. Team spirit needs to return. That's something we had quite seriously last season, and it was so prominent. This season it's completely dead. Get rid of a lot of deadwood, alright? There's plenty of deadwood in this squad. Players like Heffler, Clough, Jenkinson even, Guerrero, players like this. Can we collab when I start posting? Well, Pierce or NFSC Woods on Twitter is one of my longest serving subscribers if you've been on this channel long enough. And he's going to be doing videos soon apparently. So yeah, Pierce, honestly mate, if you want me to collab with you, then I will. You can come on my channel or I can come on your channel. Is Bong better than Messi? And there we go, it had to happen. It wouldn't be a Rads video without Bong being mentioned. Ross mate, why? Just why have you asked this question? Another 2020 or Forest get relegated? How do I answer that one then? I'd rather not ever relive this year again, apart from my success on YouTube. That's the only thing that I'd like to relive. Even football's been depressing for me, of course, for obvious reasons. But seeing Forest playing Gillingham away, I have to say really 2020, don't I? I have to. Oh my God, I've been put on the spot there. If you had to play one sport other than football, what would it be? Well, I can't play it unless I, you know, can learn to drive, but F1. Obvious reasons. Why Arsenal so bad? Well, a bit like Forest, I think there's many things going on behind the scenes that's affecting Arsenal. Defensively, they're terrible. They've still got the likes of Mustafi and David Luiz and Bellerin in their defence. Players that have been at the club too long and have never actually been that good, really, have they? Maybe not so much David Luiz because he's only been there like 2 seasons, but that's terrible. 2 new defenders really came in the summer for Arsenal in Sarabia and Gabriel. Gabriel's actually been good, and Sarabia, a very exciting young player, but he's hardly getting game time, which is weird. I think Arsenal lack quite a bit in midfield. There's no one that really stands out for me. El Neni, I think a lot of Arsenal fans can agree, isn't really good enough. Jack is an idiot. I think most people can agree with that as well. And attacking-wise, Aubameyang has become absolutely terrible since he signed that contract. Because before he was quality, of course. Lacazette's been poor this last year. So there we go. That is it for the latest Q&A on the channel. I do this occasionally. Definitely the quickest I've done another one, but someone actually asked me to do another one. I think a few people actually did, actually. So yeah, that's why I did it. Plus the facts, why not? Hope you've enjoyed, everyone. Make sure you like and subscribe to Rads if you have. And I'll see you very soon.